we on?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so warm welcome. Welcome if you're tuning in from online, from home. It's very good to have you with us tonight. People are sitting down, settling on their spots in the room right now, so I'll just give people a couple of minutes. Then we'll start here. And as I've said, make sure you're comfortable. If you need more cushions, there's some cushions on the sides. Blankets at the back. Yeah, good. Okay, is that about everyone?
Someone else.
Couple more people. Okay. We're going to be meditating now, so you can start setting yourselves up in your postures here and at home. We'll do a bit of a body awareness meditation just to arrive. Welcome, come in. There's a few spots at the front. Great. Good. So so as I've said, I'll be saying a bit more about what we'll do tonight. We'll be going into positive emotion, carrying on our series on the system of practice. I'll say more about that in a sec, but first of all, to arrive, let's just settle down in our postures and we'll do about 10-15 minutes body awareness meditation. Do make sure you're comfortable, you have enough cushions. And then, when you're ready, closing your eyes. And as soon as you've closed your eyes, seeing if you can get a sense straight away of arriving in your body. Maybe for the first time today you don't have anywhere to go, don't have anything to do. So you can really enjoy that, relax into that absence of a need to do anything. You may have arrived here with a mind that's been active all day, going from one thing to the next, so you can just encourage and let the mind drop down into the body. Just bringing your awareness to a sense of the whole body, sensations in the whole body. Attention to the points of contact between your legs and the support of the floor, the cushions, and the chair. We can really let our weight drop down into that support. The legs can be really heavy. sense of the body slowing down, the mind slowing down, our whole being settling here in our posture, and the weight of our body gradually dropping down into the floor, into the cushions, into the chair. Now bringing your attention to your hands. And again, we can really let the hands soften, getting the sense of the weight of the hands on the support, letting the hands be really heavy. Now bringing your attention to your shoulders. We habitually hold tensions in our shoulders. There's no need to hunch the shoulders or hold them up in any way. Maybe we can imagine that with each out breath, the shoulders let go just a little bit more, down the body and away from the ears. Now bringing your attention to your face, another place where we habitually hold tensions. There's no need to make any face right now. We can just let all the tiny muscles of the face relax, soften. So relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the brow. muscles around the eyes. Relaxing the cheeks and the jaw. Now making sure you're not holding on in the throat. And the throat isn't restricted in any way, so that the breath can flow freely. And now bringing your awareness to your belly. There's no need to tug the belly in or hold it in any way. You can just imagine the abdomen and the guts surrendering under their own weight. Now bringing your awareness to your heart center. And for the next few minutes, seeing if you can get a sense of any tension there, any restriction, just melting, softening, opening to a sense of more space, more warmth at the center of the chest. broadening your awareness to include the sensations in the whole body. Sounds in the room or on the street. Sense of the presence of people around us. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and coming out of meditation. Good, so I'm going to say a few words now, so you want to sit comfortably, maybe come out of your meditation postures. We'll be meditating more later. So I'll say a few words now. Tonight we're carrying on our series on the system of practice, so I'll say a few words about that, and then we'll do the Samantavajra to wrap up this first half of the class. So yeah, the system of practice. So we started this series I think 3 weeks ago. The system of practice is this framework, this model that was invented or put together by Sangharakshita, who's the founder of the movement and order in which we practice here. And it's a framework to describe what spiritual growth could look like in an individual. It has 5 stages, and it describes progressive stages of growth and development towards enlightenment, really, towards our highest potential. So last week Amala Yodin was teaching on integration, and those of you who are here, or if you caught up online, you may remember that integration was about becoming more fully aware of our whole being, all of the different parts of our minds, all of the different drives, all of the different emotions, becoming fully aware of that, taking full responsibility for that, because if we're going to grow, if we're going to change for the better, we need to be able to work on as much of ourselves as possible. It doesn't work to just take the bit that really wants to meditate and grow and all that, and just let that bit develop, whilst all the other bits which don't want to do that and want to get up to no good are left sort of unseen, uninvestigated, untouched. So in integration, in a way, we're trying to become bigger rather than become better. We're trying to include more and more of us, so that this bigger us can then move in the right direction. And then in positive emotion, which we're going to look at today and next week, we're taking this bigger self and we're moving it towards something more positive, more skillful, as we would say in Buddhism, more towards the good. So we're definitely now tonight in the realm of intention, in the realm of action, in the realm of movement towards something. And I think it's something we all naturally want to do. I think it's something that's very, very natural and intuitive when we see someone hurting somebody else, or when we hear someone's lied to someone else, or it's something that we know isn't right. We sort of wince. There's something in us that knows that that's not quite right. And when we see in ourselves or in others virtues, generosity, kindness, courage, we naturally respond to that. And I think quite deep down in all of us, there's a strong desire to move towards those virtues, to move towards the good. But of course, as we know, it's not always that easy. So tonight we'll start touching on how we might let that this natural tendency express itself more. Maybe that's why in the title, this very controversial title of Unleashing Your Emotions, that was the title for the talk tonight online. Some of you might not have seen that, but unleashing, maybe there's a sense of there's something in us that really wants that really wants to go towards the good, and how do we let that express itself more? So as I want to say, I just want to bring a caveat that as with every system, it's a system, so it's not to be taken literally. Yeah, so it's not like you do integration, you become fully aware of everything you are, everything you want to do, and then you develop that. There's you do a bit of integration, and you do a bit of positive, and you sort of have to come back to all those stages at different higher and higher levels. Yes, you don't need to wait until you know yourself perfectly in every little detail to start acting for the good. Hopefully that's clear for everyone. Yeah. So positive emotion. So positive emotion, the word is a bit can be a bit misleading. We're not just talking about being kind of happy, jolly, floating around, just being a bit happy. It's a lot more than that. In emotion, the root of emotion, there's motion in it, there's movement, so there's a sense of action, of attention. So what Sangharakshita means by positive emotion is actually acting in the world, both with body, speech and mind, in positive ways, in ways that make situation grow in way that have a positive impact on the people around us. And the first step to that, which I want us to explore in this first half, is first of all allowing ourselves to feel what we feel. Yeah, before we can transform those emotions towards something more positive, more helpful, we need to really feel those emotions. We need to feel where we're at, what are our intentions right now, before we can purify those intentions, so to speak, before we can transform them for the better. Because it can be very tempting, or it can be a bit of a danger of the spiritual life or any sort of development path, that there's a goal, there's somewhere we know we want to go, and we can sort of prematurely want to be there, thereby kind of bypassing where we are right now. And that kind of doesn't work. You can actually do that for a while, but ultimately it doesn't work, because if you don't know where you need to transform, if you're not aware of where you are right now and where you need to transform, in a way you're kind of working on nothing, I suppose. I think in my first maybe year of doing the Samantavajra, I thought that my meditation was only going well if I felt really, really good and expansive and warm, and I loved everyone. And weirdly, I could actually get somewhere with that. Like I could force myself into something a bit positive and a bit pleasant, but all the while completely ignoring where I was actually at, how I actually felt about the different people in the stages, and I wasn't transforming anything. So I had to do this whole work of scaling it back, and first of all knowing where I started from. So I think this is very, very important, and it's important because, again, this is a path of transformation. So we can't transform something that we don't know. Let's say, well, yeah, and it's a lot of personal examples, but I can fall into wanting to be a good boy. Like I want people to love me. I want people to like me. I want to be a good Buddhist who's kind, who's generous, who's always warm and open. And that can get at the expense of feeling really that sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm frustrated, sometimes I'm a bit sad. And if I don't acknowledge that, if I don't start from that, then I'm just, in a way, living in a bit of a fantasy. And it doesn't work, because the anger and the frustration are still there, and the people are still very much feeling them, even though I'm kind of pretending that it's not there. The vibe is very much one of anger and frustration, if you see what I mean. So wanting to get there, wanting to be there, almost pretending, fooling ourselves into thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be very kind and very generous, won't work for us and for others around us. And also another reason why it's very important to feel those negative, let's say, emotions, is because there's a whole lot of energy in them. Sangharakshita said that if we're going to aim for Buddhahood, if we're going to do this very, very courageous and huge thing of trying to develop ourselves and raise a level of consciousness, we need all the energy we can muster. And we all know there's a lot of energy in those slightly nastier emotions like anger, stress, aggression, even sometimes sadness or despair. There can be actually quite a lot of energy in those. And this energy, it wants to be transformed. It's not going to be just done away with and put to the side. It wants to be felt and then transformed. So tonight, or well, actually in the first half, we're gonna first do that, trying to feel how we feel, what we feel in the Metta Bhavana. But we're gonna introduce a slight touch of intention, of action. And the first action, the first positive emotion, if you will, is what kind of awareness we bring to those emotions. So we can just feel what's going on, but there's a first act of positivity, of kindness, which is how do we react, how do we respond to whatever we feel, yeah? What we feel, in a way, if I bring my good friend to mind in the Metta Bhavana and I realize, I don't know, there's jealousy, or there's frustration, or there's anger, there's nothing I can do about that. It's in Buddhism, it's what's called karma vipaka. It's a result. It's a result of what's happened in the past. I can't feel different than I'm actually feeling. What I can do, where the action, where the agency comes in, is our response to our emotions. So in the meditation right now, we're going to try to do the Metta Bhavana, but almost without the bhavana, without the cultivation, without trying to cultivate anything. We're just going to allow ourselves to feel whatever's there in regards to all the different people and different stages, but really bring an awareness that's warm, that's friendly, that's patient, that's non-judgmental. Yeah, it's not a sort of cool, distant watching my emotions and see what's going on. It's more like being with a friend, and if a friend tells you, I'm really annoyed at my best friend, you're not going to say, oh well, you shouldn't, or you're a terrible person, or you're just going to say, oh yeah, that's interesting, why do you think that is? And I think that's all right. And so it's this kind of relationship to our emotions that we're trying to develop, where we're aware of what's going on, and at the same time we're really warm, really friendly, really kind towards whatever's arising. Yeah. So we'll do that. So minimal effort in the Metta Bhavana. I'll ring bells for the 5 stages of the Metta Bhavana. Minimal effort, bringing people to mind. First of all, feeling what's going on, and the only effort is to keep a warm, friendly awareness, patient awareness, non-judgmental awareness to whatever arises. Yeah? Does that sound all right? Good. Let's do that. So when you're ready, closing your eyes. And as soon as you've closed your eyes, trying to just come back to that state that you were in a few moments ago at the end of the first meditation. The body slowing down, the mind dropping down into the body. Seeing if any tensions might have crept in anywhere in the body. And relaxing those tensions, those holding on. and from the start forming the intention to stay with whatever arises in our experience with kindness, with patience, without judging or wanting things to be different from what they are. Samantavajra. last few moments, relaxing any effort you've been making. Still sitting still, enjoying the fruits of the practice. So we'll have a tea break now, next door as usual. And in the second half we'll be looking at how we can start setting an intention, bringing this positivity more sort of out into the world, a more active aspect of positive emotions. So do come back for that. See you back here in 30 minutes. Bethnal Green. People a minute or two. We're gonna start with a very short meditation just to arrive back here, so you can set yourselves up already. Okay, so we'll just spend a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes maybe, just coming back into our bodies in our own ways, getting back to this sense of body and the mind slowing down, settling. Just had a tea break, so we'll probably been in conversation with someone and our mind might have gone back up into our brains up there. And we're just letting it come back down into the body, bringing our awareness into the sensations, direct sensations of the body. Into the room and out of the meditation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, Good. Good. So in the first half, we've let ourselves experience our emotions, the direct sensations in our body, particularly around the heart center in relation to the various people in the different stages of Samantavajra. And we've tried to cultivate or maintain or bring about an awareness that's warm, that's friendly, that's non-judgmental. And hopefully you'll have experienced that in the meditation in the first half, that's already an action. Yeah, that's already quite a strong intention. The quality of our awareness, whether we look at our experience or others actually with cold, distant, sometimes angry or cruel eyes, or if we bring an awareness that's warm, that's friendly, that's patient, that's gentle, it can have quite a radical difference, basically, the quality of our awareness. And sometimes in meditation, particularly in the Samantavajra, that's almost all that's needed. Yeah, just that simple, warm awareness. And hopefully you'll have seen that just that helps emotions, help our mental state go in the right direction. And we can get sometimes into quite a bit of trouble if we try to do a lot more than that too soon. However, we can do more than that. We can do more than just bringing a warm, friendly awareness. That's a necessary and crucial basis, and then we can go a bit further. So how do we to quote the title, unleash our emotions? How do we bring about this energy, this positive action that is in potential in all of us? How do we bring that more into the world and into meditation? Well, the first thing, that I found extremely helpful and that I want us to look at in the second half is gratitude. Gratitude as the basis for positive emotion, as the basis for positive action, as the basis for good in the world. So apparently Cicero, this Roman, he was
Roman.
Latin
Roman.
philosopher. Thank you very much. I should have checked my references. He said, gratitude is not only the greatest virtue, but the parent of all others. And so gratitude is not only the greatest virtue, but the parent of all others. So something quite powerful here in saying that an awareness and an appreciation of what we've been given is the source, is the parent of all other virtues. All other virtues, generosity, kindness, wisdom, can flow out, according to Cicero, of gratitude. So I don't know what to make of that. You can maybe reflect on that later on. I found gratitude an extremely potent and very reliable way of getting to a state that's a bit more open, a bit more warm, a bit more generous, a bit more resilient also emotionally. So I want us to explore that in this second half. So I was kind of reflecting or wondering why that may be. Why would gratitude be the parent of all other virtues? And of course, it's definitely clear in my own experience anyways, that gratitude, the first thing that it does is it makes me feel connected. It makes me feel connected to others. When I think about what I've been given by my parents, by my friends, by my teachers, by all countless people who participate in helping me leading the life I live, cultivating foods, repairing the underground, all of this sort of invisible people that have helped me live my life. I feel extremely connected. If I just spend 2-3 minutes thinking about what I'm given every single day and my whole life, I cannot maintain myself into this illusion that I live in a lot of the time, which is that I'm my own being, separate, as it were, from the rest of the world, that I'm living my life on my own, making my own decisions, going where I want to be, independent in a way of whatever is around me. And that can't stand, that can't stay if I think of what I've been given. And this attitude of, I don't know, this sort of myth of the self-made man or woman or person, or this attitude of being, underestimating the influence of others in our lives, is really one of the main roots of one of the main blockers, let's say, one of the main hindrances to positive emotion. If we feel like we're our own selves, that we're not part of something bigger, that we're in a way separate from others, it becomes much harder. It leads to an attitude of defensiveness, of closedness, of sometimes fear, of threat, of anger, of blame. If we feel more part of something bigger, part of a society, part of a family, part of a community, part of a whole, if we realize what we're given every single day, every single hour of our lives, it's very, very hard to stay in that state of defensiveness. And then another source, I think, of lack of positive emotion is a sense of of feeling like we haven't got enough. That life is hard, and it can be, and it definitely is at times. That we're and that we don't have enough to give to others. In a way, it's a position of feeling impoverished emotionally, feeling like life is just a bit too much, and I can't, on top of that, be kind and generous. A slight sense of overwhelm, slight sense of missing the resources to do more. And I think gratitude, again, is an amazing antidote to that, because if we really feel like we've been given a lot, if we're really aware of everything that we've been given, we can develop this lovely, very, very tangible sense of abundance, of, oh no, I've been given a lot here. I'm being supported all of the time, and I have a lot to be grateful for. And that sense of abundance, that sense of having been given a lot, in my experience, quite naturally in a way, leads to wanting to give to others. In a way, what we've been given doesn't belong to us. In a way, it belongs out there. It wants to be given back. And of course, it connects us as well with more of our own potential for giving. So I don't know, if I think of I don't know, a good friend of mine who's been there in a difficult time. I was struggling, and they were there at the right moment, and all they did was listening to me and supporting me. Well, I could feel, tired, stress, and whatever, but I can feel, I can do that. I can do that for somebody else. That friend listening to me, that had a huge impact on me, and I can do that for someone else. Yeah? So remembering the ways we've been helped, the way we've been supported, connects us with our own potential to do the same for other people. So gratitude and reflecting on gratitude, again, a really, really, I think, potent way of connecting with positive emotion. So what I suggest we do, and of course it's something that we can do outside of meditation. Yeah, I think it's now very commonly acknowledged that cultivating gratitude has an amazing impact on our mental state and on our well-being. So I really encourage you, if it's not already part of what you do daily or weekly, to spend time to reflect on what you've been given, all the ways people have benefited you. But in meditation, starting our meditation with some reflection, some connection, some awareness of what we've been given can be very, very effective to opening us up. Gratitude also relaxes. I don't know. Hopefully you can experience that in a sec when we meditate. There's something with gratitude, realizing we've been given. For me, it just sort of relaxes me. It's like, oh, I'm fine. I'm not doing that on my own. There's loads of people around me. We're living together, and we're sharing each other's life, and we're supporting each other. And there's something in me that relaxes, and positive emotion also finds its source in relaxation, in not being tight, not feeling tense in a way. So what I suggest we do now is we will do the Samantavajra again, but we'll spend, 5 minutes maybe at the start of the meditation, reflecting may be too intellectual a word, just connecting with a sense of gratitude. So traditionally in Buddhism, we connect with a sense of gratitude for three categories of people: our parents, our teachers, and our spiritual friends. So you could take them in this order and spend a few moments on all of these categories. Teachers being, your school teachers, people who've learned, who've taught you something, but not in the spiritual realm, just people who've taught you something. And spiritual friends can be anyone here or teachers at the Dawn Buddhist Center or other people, the Buddha, people you admire and feel like you've gotten something from. So you could go through these three categories, spending a few moments on each, or if one feels very alive right now, even one person, just stay connect with a sense of gratitude for what you've been given. And then we'll carry that on into the Metta Bhavana. And I suggest that we keep a thread with what we've done in the first half, so keep that sense of a warm, friendly, patient awareness. And then try to see if the gratitude can nudge you a bit more towards wanting wishing well to the people in the Metta Bhavana. So there's no need to make a huge effort. Just let the gratitude that you've connected with perfume your meditation. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that now. So, when you're ready, closing your eyes. And in your own way, trying to get a sense of your whole body settling, calming down, softening. Looking for any holding on, any tension, any gripping in the body. And letting those relax. And then in your own way, bringing to mind all the different ways people have helped you, supported you, guided you into life, into the world. all the ways others have benefited you. noticing any effort you've been making, just sitting. So that's all we've got time for tonight. Just before we leave, I was just thinking that this cycle of gratitude and giving, feeling the benefits we've received and then giving back is key to, well, it's probably key to life actually, but it's definitely key to the Buddhist tradition. And I was thinking earlier on that the whole Buddhist tradition could be seen as a endless cycle of gratitude and giving. The Buddha's disciples who gain enlightenment thanks to his teachings, out of gratitude to him and to what they'd accomplished, decided to give, decided to teach, and on and on and on. Generations of Buddhist practitioners have been feeling grateful for what they've received and then giving back in the forms of teaching, and that's how it's come down to us now. And I mean, Buddhism and this place has definitely changed my life, and this is why I've decided to try to give back. I'm not paid to do this. None of the teachers here on the team or any of the people on the team are paid to do this. It's just a group of people who have been given a lot and want to give back. And well, you can be part of this chain of gratitude and giving. If you feel like you've been given something by this place, by Buddhism, well, do feel free to give back. And there's many ways to do that. Of course, one of those is money. I've always needed for all sorts of projects that we have. So if you can give anything tonight, that helps us carrying on those teachings, bringing those teachings to more and more people. And if you also want to give some of your time, we're always looking for people to join the team on those evenings. You can hear them washing cups. That's one of the main things we do. But yeah, we're always looking for people. So if you want to join the team, if you're coming regularly on a Wednesday and want to join the team, just speak to one of us or the members on the team and we can talk about that. But your generosity will be most welcome and is actually needed. So yeah, thank you very much in advance. So we'll put the cushions on the sides and the mats on the sides and hopefully see you soon. Yeah.
Thank you.